YouTube. I am here to join you today with I say our because this is mine and Christine Bertram's collaborative class that we do together. If you are in the United States, you can get this class every single month from Christine Bertram. I design this class for both of us, and we share. This is the way that we work smarter, not harder. And for my Canadians, you can get this class from me. We are limited to doing business in our own country. So this is a way that Christine and I have come together to share ideas and to share these awesome videos with you. If you're joining me live, I'd love to hear from you. Please join me when you log into your YouTube channel. Hi, Gail Stefan. Hello, hello. Log into YouTube. Leave me a message. I can see you popping up on the screen here. Hi, Marie. Hello, Krista. Thank you all for being here with me. Hello, Duska. I hope I said it right. I love to hear from you guys. And YouTube is such a great place to go live because it will stay here for as long as YouTube will allow it. So thank you for joining me, whether you're joining me live today. This is October 24th. It's 10:30 Mountain Time. And I'm so excited to have you with me. I just got a ding on my computer. Can I share this with you? My computer just dinged and I look over the corner of my eye and I just got a new team member. Whoop, member. Whoop, whoop. Yay. Oh my goodness, the starter kit. If you live in the US, reach out to Christine. She would love to add you to her team. And if you're in Canada, come along and join me. It is definitely the best thing to do. If you love stamping or you're interested in stamping, you want to get started, there's no strings attached, you guys. This is the best way to get in on this hobby, to get a discount on all of your products. Thank you guys. My heart skips a beat when I get a new team member. Let me tell you, it makes my day. My day has been set. Wow, what an exciting day already. Okay, that's not why I came to tell. I want to share with you the Technique Club cards, and this is an awesome one that we put together for you. We're using Reindeer Fun. Okay, Reindeer Fun. It is a gorgeous bundle from the mini catalog. When I first got the mini catalog and I flipped through it, or I saw the PDF online, that reindeer just jumped out at me. I was like, oh my goodness, I have to have that. So grab that reindeer bundle and get started on your Christmas cards and your Christmas projects. You're gonna love having this one in your collection. Thank you, Marie. Thank you so much. Yeah, Marie says, congrats and welcome. Congratulations. Her name is Annette. I'm super excited to welcome her to our team, Marie. I think she's gonna love it with us. We're gonna give her a big warm welcome for sure. Okay, so to get started today, I am looking at my laptop so I can hopefully see your comments as I am stamping. I don't see it yet, but let's just see. Sometimes it takes a little while for things to pop up. Let's see. Oh, there I am. Okay. All right. There we go. Might need to turn the volume down. I don't need to hear my voice coming at me from the screen as well. Okay, so if you are joining me, I see all your comments. Thank you so much, you guys. I love reading them. I would love it if you go back out one step and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel here so that you will get notifications of any time I go live. And I will be sharing a lot more things here on YouTube as well as Facebook. Yesterday I lost a video, as you guys know. Some of you may know I did a video on Facebook in the morning and it took all day. It kept saying that it was processing, and it never happened. So this morning I went live and repeated that video because you guys are important to me and technology issues are going to happen. So we have to pivot and we have to, just pick up the pieces where they fall. And that's what I did this morning. So thank you so much for your patience. And I want to say a huge thank you to all of our club members. This is a Technique Club. There are perks to being in the club right now. You can join at any time. In the United States, it's a minimum $50 purchase. You get these card packages sent to you. You get the PDF sent to you. You get to be a part of this amazing community of stampers to learn a new technique every single month. We send you information about the technique that you can store in a binder. And you have a sample of the technique as well as a written description of the technique. This came about because years ago, thank you for your kind words, everyone. Years ago, I've always run a technique club. Since I started, I just love learning new things, right? And the ladies would say, Rose, I love the cards, but oh, you're welcome, Jen. Thank you for redoing yesterday's video. Yes, now it's up and going, and I've checked. It is on Facebook. I have saved it to my computer. It'll be on YouTube shortly. So people would say to me, back to my technique club, they'd say, I love the cards, but you know what? I give the card away and then I forget how to do the technique. So that's how the technique binder, the technique sheets came to life. Because it's such a shame to give a card away and then you forget how to do the technique. So you will be able to have those that information to store in a binder if you wish, or however it is you want to store it. And I designed mine 4x6, 2 pieces. Like the top part has a sample and the bottom part has a description. And I'll show you when I flip the camera. And then you can store it in a Memories and More album, which you can buy. So Krista says, oh my, so many cards to do after today. Hi, Jen. Good to see you, my friend. So lovely to see you here on YouTube with us. That binder can sit on your shelf in your craft room with your creative juices. Get your creative juices. Yeah, look at that. Capital letters from Krista. We have missed you. Where have you been, my friend? We have missed you. So you can refer to that binder and redo your techniques using new stamps and ink and old things. And it's always a good idea to practice new techniques or to revisit old ones, right? Okay, so that's how the club works. Okay, I'm going to do a roll call now for the people that are in Christine's club in the United States. There's a list that I have here that she sent me. I'm going to read your names off because we appreciate you all so very much when you join our club. The first person on my list here is Carla Lake. Then we have Sandy Coy Emery, Melanie Hao, Yvette Smith, Donna Grushke, Faylene Mays, Mary Lemke, Leslie McMinn, Karen Woods, Christina Heiser, Becky Rower, Angelique McClendon, Lynn Beasley, Sheila Roberts, and Vicky Rodriguez. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you so much for being here and for being a part of our Technique Club. Now for my Canadians, here's my roll call for all of my lovely members who are a member of my Technique Club. We have Paula Anderson, Kathy Clark, Jen, who's here with us, Alexina Walsh, who's here with us, Gail Stefan is here with us, Diane Gosselin, Penny Martin, Joy Gaudette, Penny Lane, Dawn McMillan, Amanda Woods, Bernice Panchishin, Kim Barraclow, let me make sure I don't miss anybody, Colleen Winter, Linda Budgell, Kim Campbell, Cheryl McMillan, Lynn Dreylich, Linda Norman, Krista Smith, who's with us today, Marie Lefebvre, who's with us today, Candace Oliver. And I am so excited to have you all here with me, whether you're watching me live or, I'm sorry, I'm reading your comments here. Marie says, do binders are in sale with the Close to My Heart sale that are happening? Those are, I'm referring to the Memories and More binders that are in our Stampin' Up! Catalog. So they're not the Close to My Heart products. I think that's what you're asking. Okay, so Jen says she's missed us all. Hi, Nancy M. Thank you for joining me live here on YouTube. Okay, so with that, we've done the roll call. Welcome, everyone, and welcome to our viewers who are just checking this out. If you're checking it out, we invite you to join us. We invite you to join us and get your own card kits and be able to make these cards at home, right? Everything is cut and ready to go for you. We do the die cutting for you for club members. We do as much as we can to make this a positive experience for you. Okay. Yes, Jen, we have missed your comments for sure. Okay, let's get started here. We are going to be playing with Reindeer Fun. Krista says maybe for the PDF and ... I'm not quite sure what you mean there, Krista, but I'll keep an eye on the comments, and if I catch your comment, I will respond. And Let's see here. We're going to get started. I'll talk about the inks and everything. All of this is in the PDF. So if you're watching from home and you have your card kits ready, you should have had have received the PDF, and you could print it off. It is how many pages long? I have it here. Double-sided pages. You've got the pictures, the close to my heart binders. Yeah, you guys can decide how you store your pieces. I'll show you what I send for the description of the technique. All right, let's get started. Here we go. I'm excited. I'm going to flip the camera and point you down at my work surface now, so just bear with me. Here we go. We're flipping, and we got a beautiful sunny day here in Calgary. So got some nice light on my desk here. All right, so let's get started. We are going to pull in your package. So the club members received 3 packages in the envelopes. We always use the Stampin' Up! Envelopes, always Stampin' Up! Products. And you receive the 2 4x6 pieces. This is the top portion showing a sample of the technique. This is the bottom portion with the description of the technique and how to do it. So in case you forget, you can flip through your binder, as I mentioned. And then I have the date on here so you remember which month you learned which technique. Now this month in October 2024, the technique that we are learning is called the ink pad swipe technique. Okay, so we're going to start off with that card. So from your envelopes, you want to pull in the card that is real red. Okay, so we've got that one. And inside, be very careful when you open it, because you're going to have, look at the peppermint gems. Of course, we're giving those to you. You're going to have 3 of those. You're going to have a piece of real red, a couple of pieces of basic white. You're going to have a reindeer. So this reindeer is from the Designer Series paper. Let me bring that in and show you where we got that from. So this is the Reindeer Days Designer Series paper, and the piece that we pulled in is this one right here. So everybody is getting a different reindeer. Okay, so we got, like, you know, lots of people in the class, and there is a reindeer on this package though. If you buy the bundle, this one right here does coordinate with a die that comes with the set of 18 dies. Let me just pull those in and show you for a second here. So when you buy the Reindeer Fun bundle, you will get these 18 amazing dies that coordinate. This is the one I'm using that I'm going to show you. It coordinates with the paper, but you get a whole lot of other, hi Donna Grushki, thank you for being here. You get a lot of other reindeers, right? So you don't want to waste them. So if you do want to use your dies, you can cut out this one, but everybody in the class got a different reindeer, and this one cuts out. So the one that I got in my kit that I'm showing you is this one. He is jumping that way. I'm trying to find him on the page here. There he is. This is the one I got. Perhaps you got an early espresso one. Maybe you got the one with the Santa hat. They're all different, right? But they will all work for this card. So you want to take a few minutes to just fussy cut. What fussy cut means is to take your paper snips and cut your image. Okay, so just trim as close to as you can. So we've got that. We've got a stitched white circle here. Stylish Shapes, pardon me. This is Stylish Shapes, the largest circle. You've got one of those in your kit, but we're going to put everything aside and grab one of the pieces. So we've got a piece of basic white that's 4 by 5 1/4. Then we've got a smaller piece here. I just want to show you. This is the one that we're going to do our technique on. So we're going to have a white, basic white layer on the background. So you want to just take the smallest white piece that you have. This one right here. And we're going to do a technique called the ink pad swipe. And this technique came about, I was looking at the catalog, and the page that let me grab my mini catalog and show you how I got the inspiration for this one. So I wanted to do the ink pad swipe, but I wanted to use, hi Mary Lemke, I wanted to use the colors from this Designer Series paper. So on page 26, at the bottom, you'll see there's like all the different color illustrations of the color that's in the paper. I always talk about the color coordination of Stampin' Up! Products. It is amazing, you guys, how well the products go together. You are never lost when it comes to Stampin' Up! For inspiration with color. So I pulled in the ink pads that are featured in the designer series paper, and I'm going to bring them onto my screen now. They are Granny Apple Green, Pecan Pie, Real Red, Garden Green, and Pool Party. So I'm going to start with Pool Party. You can start with any color you want. We're going to open the ink pad, and we're going to open it up to and snap it back into place so it's like this. I'm going to hold it in my hand, and this ridge right up here where the ink pad is closest to the edge, that's the part I want to use to do my swiping. So what we're going to do is just take the ink pad. I'm right-handed, so I'm holding it in my right hand, and I'm just going to do some swiping, okay? And I'm on my glass mat, which is great because I can just wipe up any ink. And if you're using a glass mat as your background, I highly recommend you have your chamois cloth close by so you can clean up any ink that ends up on your glass mat. So I'm just going to come on down through this piece of basic white like that. And I've got my Pool Party swipes. Okay, so grabbing my chamois cloth, I'm going to wipe up the background because I'm going to grab a new color now, and I don't want to contaminate my next ink pad, right? Because we all know that that ink will not go anywhere. It's going to sit on that glass mat until I wipe it up. All right, so the next color that I'm going to bring in is Granny Apple Green. Ah, you end up with a big blob, Duska. Well, practice, because sometimes, you know what, when I first did this technique, I thought, I don't really like it. I'm ending up with a mess. But you just have to get it. It's kind of in the wrist, you know? You just want to focus on that close edge. If I tried to do it from here, you can see we've got a lot of plastic here, right? So I probably wouldn't get a very good clean line. And also, if you have any of our Stampin' Spots, which are like 1-inch square ink pads, you could also use that as for this technique. So we're going to use Granny Apple Green, and we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to start at the top, just a gentle swipe like that. Some will be skinny lines, some will be thicker, some will be, as Duska says, a blob. That's okay. It's totally okay. I taught this class live in person at Boston Pizza yesterday, and let me tell you, everybody's cards look different, but they were all happy with them by the end. All right, so I'm cleaning up that Granny Apple Green. Now I'm going to add a little bit of Garden Green, and we're going to use that edge again of the ink pad, and we're just going to hold on here and do a little swipe, I'm not going to add too much of Garden Green because I got a lot of greens going on here, and I still want to use my Real Red and my Pecan Pie. Let's see, we'll just close. I think I'll close up these ink pads as I go because I don't want to make you nervous and I don't want to put my arm in them either. So let's wipe up our Garden Green, and then we're going to bring in our Real Red and do the same thing. And I'm just going to start from the top here, back and forth in a swiping motion. It's called the ink pad swipe. Look at that. All right, so we'll clean that Real Red up. And last but not least, the color in the designer series paper is our Pecan Pie, or pecan, however you want to say it. So here we go. Good ideas on the ink pads. Yeah, you just gotta close them up, right? Be safe, close them up. Okay, so here we go with Pecan Pie. We're gonna do the same thing. So by the end of doing this background, you should have an idea for this technique and how really there's no right or wrong way. And you know what? I really love that about this technique. It is so fun because you can be messy and you can still end up with a really great product. Okay, so there's my background. It's a true story. The first time I did this, I sent this picture to my friend Kim. I'm like, I don't know, Kim, what do you think? She said, I love it. So I just went with it and I put the card together, and at the end, I loved it too. So we're going to take this piece and we're going to put it onto our basic white mat. Okay, just have that nice white edge all the way around. So let me bring in my glue and we're going to glue it down. Hi, Polly Libby. Good to see you with us. Okay, so we're going to put this down onto our white mat, and this is going to be our front layer of our card. So let's go ahead, get this on here like so. And then we're going to put this on our Real Red card base, and I just got glue on my glass mat. I just went off the edge there. Let's grab a baby wipe. I'm going to use a baby wipe to clean up that glue because I don't want that in my chamois cloth. I could use my chamois cloth, but I don't want glue in there. Okay, so there's our front. Let's bring in our real red card base. And when you put it on the real red card base, it pops. Those colors just want to jump off the card. Don't you agree? So there's the background. We've made our own creative background using the ink pads. So now what we want to do is we're going to bring in, we have a strip of real red here. That's going to go across the bottom, but we're going to do some heat embossing on here. So for the heat embossing, we're going to do white heat embossing. So let me grab my embossing tray and all of my little components. I have my embossing buddy here, my little friend, my embossing buddy. We're going to take the embossing buddy as Rose DSP. Thank you, Krista. Yes, you could totally call it whatever you want, right? You made it. It's going to be Krista KSP, Krista series paper. Okay, so we're using the embossing buddy just to get rid of any static, any dust, or anything that's going to interfere with our stamping. I'm going to use my Versamark ink pad, and we're going to stamp the greeting that says, "May all your days be full of cheer," right? RSP. Marie says, yes, I made some RSP this morning. Okay, so we're going to put this on here. We're stamping in the center of this piece of real red with Versamark. Versamark is, you're going to love it, Krista. You're going to do a great job and you're going to love it. Okay, so Versamark is a sticky water-based ink. So if I hold it up close to the camera, you can see that it's called water-based because a watermark. It actually takes on a darker shade of the real red. Now you could leave this. If you like that subtle look, you could leave it like that and let it dry. However, right now it is still sticky enough for me to use as my medium that's going to hold my embossing powder. So I'm going to take my white embossing powder container and I'm going to hold it over the cardstock. And hi, Beverly Jones from Australia. Glad you're with us. Thank you for joining. It must be middle of the night there. Thanks for joining. I hope I'm not talking too loud and waking up your whole family. Okay, so we've got our powder on here. So if I hold this up, you can see it's just like the little crystals are just sitting on that Versamark. The Versamark is holding it in place. If I were to take my hand and swipe it across, those little embossing crystals would fall off, okay? So if something happens, if you accidentally bump it, you can come back and pour your powder over top and it will hopefully stick again, okay? So we're just gonna lay that down on my work surface and I'm gonna tap using this tray. There is a hole at the bottom here that I can just channel that powder back into the canister. I'm just tapping, but this embossing essentials kit, yeah, the tone on tone. Yes, it is such a beautiful effect, isn't it, Marie? Jolene, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I'm going to use this brush. Now this brush, as well as the tweezers, all of these things come in this embossing essentials kit. So if you are wondering, how do I get started with this stamping thing? I love embossing. Oh my goodness. These things need to go in your starter kit. The embossing essentials kit, which includes the tweezers, the brush, the embossing buddy, which is like a little pillow. That's going to be in that kit. Okay, so you're going to get that. Why not add the Wow embossing powder? We have a couple of different ones. We have the metallics and we have the basics, which include the black and the white and the clear. Oh my goodness, so many beautiful, beautiful products. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these reverse tweezers and I'm going to put this piece of cardstock into the tweezers, and this is going to help me not burn my hands when I turn on my heat tool. So I'm going to grab my heat tool. I've got it off to the side here. It's really important when you do embossing. I know you're probably excited to see the final product. Believe me, I've been there before. But put your powder away. Make sure you get your powder back in the canister so it's not around, and when you turn your heat tool on, you're not going to blow the powder across your desk. Ask me how I know. And you might want to also grab the lid for your Versamark and get that secured, and then you won't have to worry about a single thing. So let's turn on the heat tool. It's going to get a little loud, but I want to show you. I'm going to hold this up close to the camera so maybe you can see the effect as it happens. So I'm going to turn on my heat tool. I'm going to heat this up, okay? So we're going to turn it on, and then it's going to turn to like a beautiful, shiny white. Let me see if I can get this a little closer so you can actually see when it happens. If I can get it to focus. Oh, there you can see the R turning, woohoo, and the E. And look at that. See how it's turning to like a beautiful white shiny effect? That is the magic of heat embossing, my friends. It is so beautiful. Let me make sure that I've got everything covered here. There. Now, I don't know if you could hear me beneath the sound of the heat tool, but this is the effect that you're going to get when you heat emboss something, and it never, ever gets old. I love it. So now it's dry. I can take my fingers, I can run it across this embossed greeting, and it feels raised. Beneath my fingers, it feels raised. When my husband and I got married, when I was a newly, what do you call it? I guess I was a bride to be, and I was planning our invitations. I didn't know about stamping, and I bought invitations that had this on it, this effect. And I really, really liked it. And when I got my our invitations come in the mail, I kept running my fingers over the embossed greeting. Little did I realize that one day I would actually be doing this myself with a heat tool. So this is just very, very striking. And what really appeals to me is the metallic, the golds, the silvers. If you've seen it, you probably know what I'm talking about. It is absolutely stunning. So I love it. And I always love to do it, not just around Christmas, but all year round. Okay, so this is going to go on the bottom of our card right here across the front. Okay, so I'm going to actually attach that with dimensionals. Let's see. Let's grab some dimensionals here. I'm going to use, we're probably going to use 6 dimensionals. Make sure you pop things up good because you put a lot of effort into making your cards. Make sure that things stand up the way they should, and that you don't want anything to get saggy. No saggy bits as it goes through the mail. So we're just going to peel off all these backings, and then this is our front greeting. Okay. So it's going to sit right here at the bottom 1/3 of the card, straight across. And then we're still going to have room for our stylish shape circle up here at the top. And what else? So we still have our inside piece. Okay. So for our stylish shapes circle, before we attach that, let's bring in, do I have this straight? It's kind of hard to see with the swiping lines. I think it's straight. Let's get that better. Okay, so on our stitch circle, we're going to bring in the snowflakes. There's a little snowflake stamp from Reindeer Fun, and we're going to stamp with Pool Party all over the background of this circle. Okay, so here's my Pool Party ink, and we're just going to do some random stamping in the background. So just background stamping is so fun. If you have a little one with you, granddaughter, niece, nephew, someone that likes to stamp, this would be a good project for them to do. Give them the circles, give them the little stamp, and let them go to town, because there's really no right or wrong way to stamp this snow. Okay, so we're going to put the snowy background down, and then we're going to pop up the reindeer with dimensionals. So add a little bit of glue to the background, and we'll put that down onto our technique part. It's coming together. All those fun colors are just coming together. And then we're going to put the reindeer on. See, this reindeer is going to be bouncing that way. And we're going to pop him up on dimensionals. So use as many as you need to. So we'll put one here and put one here. And then don't forget about the minis. Grab your mini. Judy Cromer from Manitoba, welcome to the video. It's good to see you. We're going to add a couple of small ones. I like the minis because they fill in the gaps where you don't want any saggy bits, but your big dimensionals are too big. So here we go. Let's put another one on his tail, and he should be popped up real good. Okay, so here we go. We'll peel off the backing of all these little dimensionals, and we'll put this deer. Put a wobbler maybe on the reindeer. That would be fun too. Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell wobblers, but I think you can find them on somewhere on the internet. I'm not sure. But a wobbler would be just something that someone would like touch and flick, and then the reindeer would be bobbing up and down. I think you can make your own too. If you have some wire, you could wind it around a pen or something and stick it down. And that's what a wobbler is, in case anyone is wondering. Okay, so now we get to embellish with those yummy little peppermints that I sent you, or Christine sent you in her card kit. So we're going to put some of those, we're going to scatter those around. Let's put one there. And so you should have 3 of them. And we'll put one right there and a little one over here. These are so fun. I can see why everybody is gone crazy over these little gems. But we take care of our club members, and we order our supplies as soon as, because we know we have our club members, and we know how many we have, right? So you will definitely have all of your pieces. We love sending you the card kit so you can have your own fun, creative experience. Now, the inside of this card, we got a piece here, 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, and we're gonna stamp Merry Christmas, of course, right? Like, I love this. I mean, it's a traditional Christmas card, right? So we're gonna use Real Red. Hi, Sandy. Hello, hello. So we're gonna use Real Red for our greeting, Merry Christmas. And we're also gonna bring in the little deer that is, I call it the prancing deer. We're gonna stamp that one as well. And we'll stamp that with pecan pie. Why not? Just coordinating colors. You could also use early espresso to stamp your reindeer. I'm just gonna simply stamp my reindeer down here like that. I love his little kind of smiling face with his eyes closed. He just looks so happy and so proud to be one of Santa's reindeer, probably, right, on Christmas. So we're just gonna stamp our Merry Christmas with Real Red. Yes, I hope they stay too. It would be nice if we could continue to buy those. They should be a permanent thing. I agree with you, Krista. So there's our Merry Christmas across the center of that piece. And then this is going to go on the inside of our card. Easy peasy. And there we have a fun background technique for our October technique club card. So we do a feature card using the technique, and then the other 2 cards feature other parts of the suite that we are focusing on. So let's bring in card number 2. Let's do a little recap. Here we go. We have the front of the card here. On my sample, I did put a peppermint down here and then 2 up on the circle. So it's your card. It's totally what you want. I know, Sandy, the peppermint embellishments went fast, and they are bringing them back for a 4th time. Like, Stampin' Up! Is on top of it, right? They really want us to have the products that we love. So they have ordered a 4th time, and they're coming back the week of November 18th. That's when they're expected, around that time. So keep your eyes open on the website, and I'm sure Christine and myself, we will let you know as soon as we know that they're available. Okay, let's get into another fun card now. So this card you want to bring in is from your card kit. That is Granny Apple Green. So just open your envelope, see the Granny Apple Green, and you can pull that one out. Okay, so Granny Apple Green, and be very careful when you're opening this because you got a lot of pieces coming in here. Hi, Lynn. Thank you so much. I'm happy you like this one. We have Granny Apple Green card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored in the middle at 4 1/4. So we'll just burnish that guy. I'm just going to move my heat tool and tools off my table so I don't have a little accident. Make some room for myself here. What else do we have? We have some designer series paper. We have that beautiful Christmas lights pattern. We have also the bells with the Real Red background. We have that one. You should have all of these little die cuts. Christine and I cut, and Christine and my helpers, Christine's helpers, we work really, really hard to send you all of these die cuts. Any other class that I have, usually you have to have the bundle, and I send pieces so you cut your own, but in club, because you're committed to joining, these are definitely cut out for you. Let's see, what else we have? We have another one of the large stylish shaped circles. We have our 2 3/4 by 4 1/4 inside piece, and then we have a white card front. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is work with the white card front. And with this card front, we're going to put these 3 strips on the front. We want to put the Real Red in the middle, and then the Christmas lights on the sides. So we're gonna flip all these over and we're going to put the glue on the back. Just pardon me for 1 second. I just have to open my door because I am going to melt here. It is super hot in my craft room and it was cold this morning and in the heat, I gotta turn this down. There we go. Woo! Oh my goodness. I'm having a meltdown here. It's so hot in my craft room. I had to turn down the heat and open the door to get some air in this room. Wow. Sheesh. I don't know what I was thinking. I cranked up the heat too high. This is live. This is real life crafting. So I don't want to pass out here on the desk because that would be, oh, that would be terrible, wouldn't it? If I passed out in the middle of a video because my room was too hot. Oh my goodness, you guys. It's the funny things that happen. You guys know me. If you watch me Monday to Friday at 9 o'clock Mountain Time on my Facebook Live, gremlins sometimes enter my room and things happen and they're funny. And you guys can laugh along with me. But today we're not going to be fainting. Okay, so we're going to put this piece first. The piece with the Christmas lights. Yeah, I've been busy today, Krista, but I'm having fun. I'm having so much fun here. I mean, I love what I do. I mean, how can you not love what you do when you get to play with pretty paper and ink and cardstock and share with others, right? So I thank you for watching. I am so excited. Okay, so we've got those two pieces here. Are you sure it is the heater? Could be the sun. I don't know, Marie. Could be my lack of coffee. Maybe I need more coffee. Okay, so when you put your two ends on, then you have a centerpiece here where you can now center the real red strip. So we're going to put that right here like that. And with the liquid glue, you have a little bit of wiggle room so you can actually secure that the way you want it. Okay. Okay. So we're going to then flip that over. This is our card front. This is the background of our card front. Okay, so we're going to put this on with our liquid glue and a very small amount of liquid glue. It does not have to be a ton of glue. You don't need a ton. This glue is very, very strong and it will hold your card pieces down. So look at that. What a simple background, right? You could do this background with any of your designer series paper, right? Those 1-inch strips are definitely very valuable and you want to use them up in your craft room. Okay, so we're going to put that off to the side. Let's bring in our reindeer. Let's bring in the little pieces here, our die cut pieces. So what I'm going to do is grab my silicone mat. This is one of my best friends in my craft room. My silicone mat is definitely a valuable member of my team. We're going to open this up and we're going to bring in all of these little pieces here. So what I want to do first is grab my early espresso background. Sandy says, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Yes, please do, guys. Please give me a thumbs up and like this video and subscribe. Go out and subscribe. And it just helps Christine and I to promote this class that we do together. It is so awesome if you guys could support us. Thank you so much for that suggestion, Sandy. Okay, so for the reindeer, let's deal with the reindeer first. We have 3 parts to the reindeer. There's the background piece, which is our early espresso piece. The next layer is going to be our white piece, like that. And then the top layer is going to be our pecan pie. And that's all going to come together to make this adorable reindeer. It is unbelievable. I had some people mention to me at my retreat this weekend that all that reindeer and all the little bits, I'm like, there's not a lot of little bits because these are quite big bits. They're big pieces. So this white reindeer, we're going to put glue on, and the pecan pie, you see how easy it is for me to use my glue and just come around here and add glue to all the edges. And then I'm just going to use my take your pick tool and my putty end, and I'm going to pick up the white piece. Let's see, make sure I've got putty. Yes. Okay. So pick up the white piece, right? Like that. And then hold the edges so don't get glue on me. And then I'm going to lay that down on the early espresso piece. There's my pecan pie piece stuck to my finger. And then this is going to go on top of the white piece. So you just literally lay it on top, tap it down. And I can see why some of the ladies thought that this reindeer Let me hold it close for you. It seems as though, and when you first glance at it, that the reindeer has like teeny tiny eyes that you have to glue in place, but they're actually formed by layering these 3 layers together, and then you get that like slight little white part sticking through. Like that is actually so impressive, right? That these 3 pieces, big pieces of cardstock come together and make this adorable reindeer. The way that he comes together just impresses me. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to take this wreath, and this reindeer is going to be having this wreath around his neck. I just love this. So to make that happen, we're going to add glue to the bottom here, like the chest of the reindeer. And then we're also going to flip him over and add a little bit of glue to the back of his forehead like that. Okay, so I'll hold that close so you can see what I'm doing. So a little glue to the back of his forehead and a little bit of glue down at the bottom of his chest. Okay, yes, SU is so awesome, Krista. I agree. I could not agree more. Then we're going to take the wreath, and we're just going to tuck that reindeer inside the wreath like that. Okay, and then you can press down right there. Let that glue set, and then you can press the top and let the glue set. Boom, look at that. So cute, right? To top this off, we're just going to put a little dab of glue at the bottom of the wreath, and we're going to bring in that real red bow that we've cut for you, and that's going to sit right there as a nice little decorative part of the wreath. So let that sit. We're going to let him hang out there on my silicone mat while I do my stamping. So from the greetings of the season, we have some amazing dies in that set. So Christine and I are using this one right here, this long oval one, and we're going to stamp. Oh, well, you guys are going to do it. We've already done it. The Merry Christmas on here, okay? And we're going to stamp with Garden Green. Let me grab my Garden Green ink pad. Thanks, Marlene. And we're going to ink up our Merry Christmas. Now, I used real red on mine, so I have to use my chamois cloth. Where's my chamois? Here it is. Okay, so girl, make sure you have your chamois close by. You must have so much fun cutting everything out. You know what? I have some amazing helpers in my life, Krista, who come and help me. And to get everything prepared, it is such a blessing to have them help me so that I can get these out to you guys. It is one of my greatest gifts that I'm grateful for. Okay, so we're going to stamp Garden Green, and I know Christine agrees. If Christine was here with us, she would agree for sure. Her helpers mean so much to her. Okay, so we're stamping with Garden Green. Boom, look at that. Fits perfectly on that oval. Oh my goodness, such a great die set. So we're going to now bring in that twine. So these should have some of the real red and white twine, a little piece. We're going to put the 2 ends together, and we're going to feed them through the hole in the tag from the back. Okay, so from the back, like that. And then we're going to just wrap around the front and grab the 2 ends. Yes, helpers would be awesome. Yeah, I couldn't do what I do without my helpers. Well, I could do it, but I would probably have 0 sleep, or I would be getting my husband to help. And I mean, God love him. He helped me a lot during COVID when we couldn't have people in the house, but you know what? He has his own, he has a lot on his plate too. I don't think he wants to do die cutting for me. Okay, so we're going to put this at the bottom down here, and we're going to add that with our dimensionals. And let's see, I can't remember if I use, yeah, we're going to use minis on here. Let's use mini dimensionals. Mini dimensionals are awesome. I can use these on the smaller things, and I like to use my take your pick tool to pick those up. And you can also use, you guys have shared this with me, use your take your pick tool to come in and remove the backing, and they actually stack up on the sharp part of your tool. Like that is such a cool tip that one of my viewers, perhaps it's somebody here in the video, who shared this with me, to use your tool to pick up the dimensional backing. Okay, so there's my Merry Christmas. We've got our reindeer. We've got our stylish shaped circle, and we're going to put all this together. So our reindeer is going to sit right here, And then don't forget, we have, oh my goodness, the glimmer paper. This one here is garden green glimmer paper. We've cut that out using the die from the set. This die set is absolutely stunning. And here's the die right up here, this string of lights. You can also cut that string of lights if you wanted to with basic white cardstock and use your blends and color each of those bulbs a different color. Like there's so many options with these. So what I want to do now is I'm going to add glue to just the dots. I'm just going to come in with my liquid glue and add a dot to each Christmas bulb and also the back of my reindeer. I'm going to add liquid glue just like that. I'm going to put the reindeer kind of in the center, leaving a little bit of space up here at the top where I'm going to string my Christmas lights. Now I don't want to touch that wet glue, so I'm going to use my take your pick tool. Whoops, pick that up, and I dropped it. It happens, it happens. Okay, so just wipe that glue off before it dries. And then we're just going to take the string of lights and we're going to put them on the circle. Using my silicone mat so any kind of excess glue goes off the edge. Okay, so there we go. We're going to tap down those lights. Let's remove his antlers. We don't want his antlers behind the lights. All right, so there's that. And then we're going to put this on our card. Now you could pop this up, but you do have a lot of layers here because you have, you know, 1, 2, 3 layers of cardstock for your deer. You've got your circle. I think I'm just going to glue mine down flat and leave it because I don't want to make it too thick. So I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue to the back of my circle and we'll pop that up right here. And then we have the pecan pie ribbon striped embellishments here. We're going to put those onto the card front. Let's see, we'll put one right here. I like this because it pulls in that beautiful brown pecan pie that I used for the reindeer and makes it all match, right? And then this one's going to go right there. Love it. Oh, such a, like, there's so much to look at on this card between the DSP, the punch art, or the die art, I guess you could call it, the glimmer paper for the sparkling lights. I just love this card. For the inside, we're going to bring in Christmas is Better Together. I love that greeting from the stamp set. We're going to stamp that with real red. So let me grab a block for that. And we're going to stamp that, if I can get it off my glass mat. We're going to stamp with real red. So I'll close up my, could you emboss the plain white piece of cardstock before you glued the DSP? Of course, absolutely. If you want to emboss your background, you could do that with an embossing folder. For sure, Krista. Yep, you could do that if you want to have more texture. I just chose to go with the DSP and all of the other pieces for my focal point for this card. Okay, so Christmas is Better Together. There we go. And then to match that greeting, I really, really love this image from the stamp set down here with the parent deer and the baby deer. Like such a fun image. And it truly goes with the greeting, Christmas is Better Together. So now we're going to stamp that one using... You can use Memento or you could use Pecan Pie. You could use Early Espresso. There's like anything goes, right? So we're just going to bring that stamp into the screen here and show you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take my Memento, ink up just the small portion of this. I'm not going to use the entire image, just this one right here with the baby deer and the parent deer, and stamp it down in the corner like that. So we've got a little focal point. Now, if you don't like to stamp the inside of your cards, you could omit that, but I really like to bring a little bit of the front, you know, a part of the stamp set to the inside because it, and even on the envelope, right? So beautiful to pull all of it together. Look at that. I love it. You could even add strips of your designer series paper to the inside to make it all match and coordinate. Possibilities are endless. All right, so let's put our glue on here and get this all set on the inside. All right, so here we go. There. So there's our card number 2. Just to recap in case you're just joining us. there's our card number 1 featuring our ink pad swipe technique in the background. Then we have our second card featuring all of the, not all of the dies, but a lot of the dies that are so fun in this set. There's another really awesome die that I really wanted to feature, and it is in your next card kit, which is our garden green one. Let's grab that one. Okay, so next up, we're gonna grab our card kit. Set the happy mail when it starts with an embellished envelope. Yes, absolutely. It's definitely happy mail if something is done with your envelope, Marie. I couldn't agree more. Now be careful when you're opening this one, because you're going to have die cut pieces and embellishments in there. Thank you so much, Bonnie. So kind of you. This card is a diorama card, and I'm going to show you the completed card before we get started, so you just kind of have an idea of what we're going to go with here. So here's the card. There's the aerial shot of the card. It is definitely a 3-dimensional card. And we've got a beautiful scene in the background poking through that Christmas greenery. And then we've got our greeting on the front. We have the holly here, more designer series paper. And then the back of this card has a spot for you to sign and another greeting. So this is called a diorama card, and it is basically like it is the size of the envelope. Like it will sit flat and it will go into your envelope like this. And I love, this is like one of my favorite designs. So I wanted to share this one with you. This suite was perfect for a diorama card, in my opinion. When I saw this beautiful die, I knew, oh gosh, it has to be a diorama. So let's make the structure of the card first. So we're going to fold in these score lines here. So we want to fold in and then back. Okay, so we'll fold on these 2 score lines on the side. Okay, so like that. And we've got these 2 panels here. And we're just gonna, I'm gonna use my bone folder to make these nice and crisp. And we've got that background piece of designer series paper, and everybody's will be different. You're gonna get a piece of this sheet of paper, sheet of DSP with the animals that are cuddling. I love that. It just feels like family. It feels like Christmas. And we're gonna center that on the back panel. So you wanna put this in first, okay? You love, 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 and you've made one before, Krista. Awesome. Yeah, these are really fun, and they go together really quickly. I love this amazing card. It's like a fun fold. It is a fun fold, right? Okay, so that's going on there. Got that in. And then your front part, we've already cut out that beautiful Christmas bough. Now, sometimes, you know, when you're running it through, sometimes you do have to give it a little poke afterwards. So this one I have here has some pieces that need to be encouraged. So we're just going to pop those out. Use your take your pick tool and get those little bits out, the little bits of greenery. Just pop them out, no big deal. And there we have it. Okay, so we're almost done on this side where there's just a few little pieces, but they're coming out no problem. Those dies are super strong. All right, so there's the front part of my card. Thank you, Marlene. Okay, so this piece is going to be the top part. So basically these are going to kiss each other. So there's one there, and you need to put this one on the top. So we're going to take this one, fold again on the first score line, and fold back. So the first score line, and then fold back on the second one. Okay. All right. So do it on the other side as well. Fold away, and then fold backwards. All right. So this is the part that's going to go on the front. Now, some people at my classes have done this card and they've put the greenery at the bottom. Like my design, I put it at the bottom. You could turn your card and put your greenery at the top. It's completely up to you. There is no right or wrong way to do this card. So you decide where you want your greenery. It looks really nice at the top as well. So if you want to have it like this, you could have it like that. Or you could turn it this way. I'm going to make mine the way I made my sample, and with the greenery at the bottom. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to close up this card. But before I do, you've got 2 pieces of the designer series paper, and look at that color coordination, right? With the Christmas lights. We've got some garden green going on in there, and then that beautiful pop of granny apple green. Oh, thanks for the, I just saw some hearts float up over the screen. Thank you guys. Okay, so we're gonna flip this over. Thank you, Sherry. They are so cute. I know everything about this entire suite is just amazing. But you can get the bundle while you can, because I don't know, you guys. This bundle is, I hope it doesn't sell out, because it is an amazing bundle. Okay, so we're gonna put this, these strips are gonna sit on the side here. So I got a little bit of wiggle room, so let's see. Before that adheres, we've got, let's get it straight. Let's get it straight. Okay, so a little bit of lights on the side, and then a little bit of lights on this side. Again, those little pieces of designer series paper, like, don't throw them out, right? They come in handy for these little types of cards and accents. All right, so we've got our two DSPs on here like that. Then we're going to flip over. Now it's up to you. You don't need to put glue on both sides because we're going to put these together. We're going to sandwich them together. So I'm just going to fold this flat and put a strip of glue on there and a strip of glue on here. And then we simply grab the front part and combine it. So I'm going to go over here, and you can flatten it. That is the beauty of this card, is you can flatten it. So we're going to flatten like this. Okay. And then we can smooth it over and flatten the other side. Your score lines will still pop. We can still fold this up. See that? The score lines are still there. We just need to secure the sides and give that glue a little second here to set. You could clip this with some binder clips if you wanted to. You can fold it. You can fold these in like that if you wanted to. But it's a very resilient little card. Like, and look how it stands. I can stand it on my work surface. You can see from the top, the aerial shot of how this is, right? So then we've got a piece of cardstock for the back. This is where you'll do your signing, okay? So when someone pulls it out of the envelope, they'll be able to see your signature at the back. So for the back of the card, let's do that. Let's go ahead and stamp the back of the card first and get that glued on. And we're gonna stamp "May all your days be full of cheer" with garden green on the back. Okay, so where's my garden green? I've been closing up my ink pads. You should be very proud of me, except for my memento over here. And the sun is shining on it. That's not good, Rose. Get that closed up. And I got my pool party here. Let's close that up. And my, what am I trying to say? Pecan pie. Okay, garden green. So let's stamp garden green. May all your days be full of cheer. Here we go. We're going to stamp that in the middle. Boom, like that. And then there is also, like, there's so many other little stamps that you could use. There's the bells, there's the tree. I'm going to stamp the bells today. So let's grab that one. I'll grab the little bell stamp, and I'm going to stamp it with, let's see, maybe we'll stamp it in red, real red. Let's bring in a little pop of red to the back of my card. Okay, so real red, grab the bells, and let's stamp that down in the corner. Boom, like that. Love it. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, I think on my sample I did memento, but I actually think I like the real red better. Okay, this is your card. You can use whatever colors you have at home, whatever stamps you have. This is one thing that Christine and I always want you guys to know, is that when you join this class, you can change this. We're going to send you the designer series paper and the dies, and you're going to be able to put the cards together very much like I'm doing here live with you. But if you have other Christmas stamps, you feel free to substitute them, right? You're not required to have the bundle to complete this class, but it'll make your life easier, because you'll probably want to have the bundle to complete them like this class, but it's up to you. Okay, so you have the oval here from the greetings of the season, and we're going to stamp on the front the greeting that says "Christmas is better together." And I really thought that matched this card very nicely, because all of the deer in the background are really enjoying each other's company, right? They're like the mom or the dad and the deer, they're cuddling up, like, so fun. Okay, so we're going to stamp that with real red on the oval, and I'm using my silicone mat so that I can see. It's very visually a lot easier to stamp when you put it on the gray background from the silicone mat. Okay, so Christmas is better together. And then we're going to pop that up on dimensionals. And here's a tip for you. We're going to put this right here at the bottom of the card. And I know you're probably tempted to add glue to the oval, but you don't want to add glue to the center part of this, because when you close this, you're going to have glue on the inside of your card. So my suggestion would be to use your dimensionals, and I'm going to grab my minis. And I know that this oval is going to cover up quite a bit of this bottom part. So I'm just going to add some dimensionals to the bottom part, close to the opening of the window, but not in the window, right? You don't want to close off the window. So I'm just going to do exactly this. I'm just putting 3 dimensionals down here, press them down, peel off the backing, and then you can put that oval right on top of those dimensionals, and then you will not worry about having glue on the inside of this diorama card. Okay, so the last part of this card is to attach this really cute holly berry. And I know there's a hole in the tag, and I really wanted to strategically place this holly berry so that I cover that hole. So the first things first, I'm going to just, this one needs a little bit of nudging to get the center parts of my holly berries popped out. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to add a little glue to the middle of the greenery. And we're going to add the holly berries on there like that. And then we're going to put this on the card, and we're going to tilt it so that the leaves will cover up that hole. You see that how I've just placed it like that? And then we're going to bring in a mini dimensional, and we're going to put a dimensional right on this part of the greenery like that. Okay. So then I can take my holly green and put it like that. I'm covering up the hole so it doesn't look like I missed it. It's still there, but it's not obvious that, we can twist it a little tiny bit more like that. There we go. So that's what I did with the holly berry, so that it covers the hole. It's not obvious that it needed to be like a ribbon going through it. And if you're really paranoid that it's going to shift in the mail, you can just like lift up that leaf and put a little bit of liquid glue there, and then layer that down like that and let it set. And now that leaf is secured to my front greeting, and it's not going anywhere. Okay, so it's a little bit of strategic planning of, those dies and making them work for what you want them to do, right? Okay, so last but not least, we've got some clear druzy embellishments, and we're going to put a couple up here in the green space, on the garden green, and we're going to put one on our greeting, because why not? Make that sparkly. So there we have it. We're going to close up our real red ink pad, and we're going to put the lid on my glue. And let's do a little fun recap of the cards today. So we started off with our first card, which is our technique card. And this is the ink pad swipe card. Oh, no worries, Jen. The replay will be here. You can definitely catch the replay and complete your cards. Thank you, Gail. I'm so happy you like these. Thank you, Rebecca. So we played with the ink pad swipe card technique for this card. And there's the inside for card number 1. Card number 2, we brought in all those amazing dies, a lot of amazing dies. And jumping ahead, nope, that's okay, Krista. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. I'll tell you what bundle we're using next month. So this is our second card here with our DSP and our glimmer paper and all of the die art to create that adorable reindeer. I really think he's the star of the show. And then we did a diorama card with those beautiful reindeer family in the background, and some more of the amazing dies from Reindeer Fun. And then there's the back of that card. All right, so I hope you like the ink pad swipe. I hope you will try this with any different color combo that you can come up with, and have fun with it. It's a really fun background technique that you can do with your ink pads. Okay, if you're wondering, if you're thinking about joining the Technique Club and you want to join in November, you can let us know. This class, I don't have any kits left for my October kit class for this one, but I will be having extras for November, so don't miss out because they go really fast, you guys. Let me just read Christine's note and say if she has 3 left. So if you are from the States, the United States, and you want these card kits, Christine has 3 left. Okay, so you can reach out to Christine Bertram at Cards by Christine. Let her know if you want to join the card club, and she will get these out to you. Okay, and I think she has an option too. If you buy the bundle, you can get these cards. So reach out to Christine if you're from the United States. If you're from Canada and you desperately want these cards, reach out to me. If I have enough people and I get my helpers together, we can maybe kit up some more of these. So let me know if you're interested in joining my technique club. I'd love to add you in. For November, we are going to be playing with, let me just move these off to the side. I don't have my samples ready for you quite yet. I'm getting there. It's been a gong show week with my retreat. And then my daughter had a little accident yesterday. I had to take her to the walk-in clinic. She is an art student studying art at the university, and she burned her hand at school, and I had to go grab her and take her to, it was in a bronze casting lab, and she burned her index finger and her thumb, and I had to take her to the, not the hospital, but a walk-in clinic. And thankfully, she's going to be okay. But, you know, life happens, and it's been a crazy week already. And tomorrow's already Friday. Can you believe that? Thank you, Jen. Yes, she's okay. She's okay. But I was really worried. You know, she had the bronze casting. It was like molten bronze that they're using. The stuff that she does. My husband and I were commenting last night that we didn't realize how dangerous this university degree is going to be, right? Working with these materials. Okay, so I'm trying to find decorative trees because that's the bundle we are going to be playing with. You think I'd know the page number? Let me look it up for you. But we're going to be playing with the decorative trees. Thank you, Marie. Yes, she'll be okay. It blistered, but, you know, hopefully it won't. The skin won't break and she won't get an infection or anything. We're going to keep a close eye on her. We are going to be using decorative trees on page 42 next month. Let's see here. Page 42. Come on, page 42. Here it is. This bundle here, decorative trees, is going to be the feature. I just missed it. Yeah, here it is, Krista. For next month, okay? We're going to be using that next month. I can't wait to share this one with you. So grab this bundle, join our class, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this one. All right, let me just flip you back around here. Here we go. Let me find the button. There we go. Okay. Thanks so much for your kind words for my daughter. Yeah, she's fine. It could have been much, much worse. She is a sculpture major and a ceramic minor, and she was sculpting something, and she sculpted it, and now they have to bronze cast it. And I don't know what it's all about, but she sent me videos of them in their really thick gear. And they were using this molten, like it was on fire like lava, this bronze stuff. Anyway, I can share pictures of what she's done and when it comes home. But she loves it. She's having a blast. So thank you for joining me today. Thank you for all your questions and your comments, your likes, your shares, all of it, and subscribes. Christine and I are so thrilled to bring you this class series every single month, learning a new technique that you can use with your stamps. Krista says she's off to make her cards. Thank you, Krista. Thank you, Alexina. Thank you, Duska. Yes, I'm glad she's okay too. It was a pretty freaky. I left my class at Boston Pizza in a hurry, went to pick her up and took her to the nearest walk-in clinic. They had her hand wrapped up. The university took real good care of her. Took her to the clinic. They took the wrappings off, and I was so pleased that it wasn't worse than it was. So could have been a lot worse. Is there a charge? Marlene, this class is free with your minimum $40 order here in Canada. Okay, every month the ladies place a minimum $40 order. They order whatever they want. They use the code for our Technique Club, and they are part of my private Technique Club group on Facebook. I add them in when they join. And in the United States, it's free with a minimum $50 order for Christine's customers there as well. So thank you all for joining me. if you're from Canada, reach out to me. I will definitely give you all the information on how you can get started on this monthly class, this fun class, and get these card kits in your hands. Thank you again for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of your Thursday, and I will see you very soon. Take care, everyone, and happy stamping. Bye-bye.